Hello and welcome to the second session of the Python workshop. In this session, we will work with strings. First of all, I'm going to show you how to create a folder inside Jupyter. We can press here, New, then Folder, and then if we select the folder, we can press this button here to rename it. And then if we press New and choose Python 3, where it says Notebook, it will create a new notebook inside Jupyter. We can press here to put on your name, click rename, and hit save. Let's close this top, and here we got it. Is this one? If we want to remove some of the folders or files, we select them and then press this button here and click delete. Now I'm going to open the Jupyter notebook for the session I have prepared. You can find a link to download the file in the description of the YouTube video. So if you download the file and open it, you can press cell, then go to all output and press clear to clean the output. So let's start with the string literals. As we saw in the previous session, we can type in print, then put a parenthesis, quote mark, and something inside the parenthesis, inside the quote mark. Then we close the quote marks and close the parenthesis. And we can also use double quotes instead of single quotes. Then we run this and it will print the result in the screen. Now let's see how to assign a string to our variable. We can define a variable just typing the name here on the left side. We put a white space, then an equal, then another white space, and between quotes we type hello. And this will assign the string hello to the variable my text. Then we can just print, and inside we just type my text without the quote marks, and it will read the value of this variable. We hit run and it returns hello. Now let's see multiline strings. In order to create a multiline string, we can declare a variable here, my multiline string equals, we put 3 quote marks, and if we are using Jupyter notebook, it will automatically put 3 closing quote marks here, and then we can type anything we want between the 6 quote marks. For example, this will be the first line, the second line, and the third. And at the end of it, we have to make sure that we will have the other 3 quote marks for closing. This line will say print this variable, which is this one here. And we can also use single quotes to mark a multi-line string. I'm going to put a white space here, and we can also do the print. We clean another multi-line string, which will be this one here. It's exactly the same. If I hit run, you can see that it's print the first one and the second one here without any white space in the middle. The strings can also be treated as arrays, and they can be sliced. For example, let's define this string as equals hello there. Okay, this is a command that says let's create a string, and then we print a string that says use the square brackets to access the first position. Okay, we're going to use the brackets to access the first position. We can do this because the string can be treated as an array of characters. So we go and say print, and between quote marks we place a string 0, returns first the first character, then we close the quote mark, add a plus sign, and a string. We will put the square brackets, and between the square brackets we put the index of the character we want to print. We can put 0 if we want to access the first one, 1 if we want to access the second, and so on. This is because Python starts counting from 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So this line here will return something like a string 0 returns the first character, double points, white space, and then it will return the letter A. We can also slice a string, and what it means is that we go, for example, take from this character to this one here, or from this other character to this other one here. We can do this by printing a string, brackets, 0, 2 points, and 5. Then we close the brackets, and what this will do is that it will take the character at position 0, and it will print all the others until number 5. But number 5 is not included. Then we type it returns the first character. We need to change this. It returns from the first character to the fifth. Then we also add a plus sign, and after that we put a string, brackets, 0, 2 points, 5. This will print the first 5 characters of the word. So let's hit run, and then as you can see, we can use the square brackets to access the first position. This will be the example. Here, when we type a string, a square bracket 0, we are accessing the first position, meaning the first character, which is this one. Then the slicing will be a string, brackets 0 to 0.5, and it will return from the first character to the fifth, which is hello. Furthermore, we can also use negative indexing in order to slice. So let's declare a B string called Are You Learning? And then we print B string -3 to -1. It will return something different. It will start counting from here, and it will do -1, -2, -3. So it will start from the key until -1. And since -1 is here and it's not inclusive, it will only print the G and the question mark. And here is a comment that says the second index is not inclusive. Then we got another example. If we use -3 and we leave the second index empty, it will print from G to the end. It will start here at -3 and it will go all the way to the end of the string. If the first index is negative and the second one is positive, it returns nothing. We can prove that by doing bstring -3 2.2, and it will return nothing. Here, after the plus sign, we put the base string -3 to 2, and if we hit run, you can see that bstring -3 to -1 returns G and the question mark. -3 to nothing here returns from G to the end of the string, and -3 and a 2 here returns nothing. It's completely empty. We can also concatenate strings with other strings or variables. For example, we can declare a number here. We say my number equals 85, and then we create my string A, and we say I'm going to concatenate this with. Then we declare a new variable called my string, and we can place that my string here, then a plus sign to concatenate. Then we place a str, which will turn my number into a string so that we can add. And if we don't do this, it will return us an error and it won't run the code. Python will complain. Then we add another plus sign, and we can add a string manually by using quotes. We are using one variable, another variable that is a number. We cast it into a string, and then we have a string here. Then we print my string, which is this variable defined here, and it will return I'm going to concatenate this with 85 and this other string. If we don't want to use a variable because we just want to have some free memory, we can go and just use print, and then we place some quote marks here and a string between the quote marks, a space, plus sign, and then we transform this number into a string, and then we add another plus sign and another string. This is direct concatenation. We can press run and you will see the results here. They're both the same. We can also get the length of the string, which will tell us how many characters a string has. This is a very powerful feature because it can allow such things like DNA, transcription, text analysis, data mining, and so on. So we declare this string. My string is I'm learning Python programming, and then we print my string has, and then we concatenate the string and we use str to transform this number into string so that we can print it on screen. And we type len, which is a function that will return the length of the string. We type len, open parentheses, and inside we put whatever string we want. And then we close the parentheses and concatenate with a space characters. If we press run, it will tell you my string has 32 characters. And to finish today's session, I'm going to show you how we can repeat a string. For example, we can type print and then we say I'm learning Python, pour a comma here, our space, and after the string we put this sign to multiply by 10. We can change this number as many times as we want, and then if we hit run, it will print the string 10 times. And if I change this step, for example, I put 3 and hit run, this will print the string 1, 2, and 3 times. So this is all for today's session. I'm looking forward to see you in the next one where we will keep working on strings and we will learn a few more tricks. If you would like to see more content like this, please like, subscribe, share, and leave your comments on the video. I will see you in the next session.